So this video is going to discuss the 3 aspects of maintaining your living trust-based estate plan. How's everybody doing? Paul Rabley here. I'm an estate planning attorney. Help people all over South Louisiana. I had a great day today. Boy, really just met with some phenomenal couples. Really nice. A couple of which brought a child with them. Kind of unusual, or not unusual, but doesn't happen every day. So anyway, had a great day. Hope your day was just as good. What I want to talk about today, in fact, a couple of things that, since I'm making all these videos and really digging deep and niching out these videos, I find myself, as these issues come to my attention and clients bring them to my attention, I'm able to say in the back of my mind, you know what, I made a video on that very particular issue. And so I just grab my phone, boop, boop, send them that video. And, I'm getting responses back that are like, wow, it sounded like in that video you were talking to me. So really cool that we're able to repurpose some of this video content, really focused in 2018 on educating, the community about, all these estate planning concepts. So nonetheless, 3 aspects maintaining your plan. Congratulations. You've put a plan in place. You've put a trust in place. It's not over though. You got a little work left to do to make sure that all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed. So I'm going to go 3 aspects of maintaining that plan. The first one is what lawyers refer to as funding your plan or funding your trust, and what others refer to as retitling assets. When people use a living trust to avoid probate, it's only as effective as the assets that are titled into that trust. So you want to make sure the right assets are titled in your trust, so when you die, assets aren't frozen. Your successor trustee can disperse the assets to the beneficiaries very quickly, very easily. So real important that when you sign your trust, you're also signing those transfers of real estate to your trust, not just your residence, but if you own an undivided interest in another piece of property, that's being transferred. One of the really great families that we work with today had an LLC, had a limited partnership interest. So you want to make sure all that stuff gets retitled. Many people have investment accounts, brokerage firms, they have financial advisors, they own mutual fund shares in mutual fund companies. So every company can be a little different, want to follow their procedures for getting things titled in the trust. So getting assets titled in the trust once your trust is signed and effective is a key component to maintaining your estate plan. Now, as you acquire assets in the future, buy a new piece of property, open up a new investment account, you'll want to buy that piece of property in the name of the trust. You'll want to open that investment account in the name of the trust. You don't need to go back to your lawyer to do any of that. Just make sure that when you initially acquire it, you title it in the name of your trust. So really important. Aspect number 1, funding your trust. Work with your attorney to make sure that things are titled the right way. Number 2 is when there's a significant life change in your life, you want to make sure that you at least review, if not amend, update, restate what you've done. Aspects 2 and 3 apply whether you have a will-based plan or a trust-based plan, but aspect 1 really applies in those trust-based plans where you want to make sure your trust is funded. Going back to life changes, maybe you got divorced, maybe you got remarried, maybe you're now in a blended family situation. Maybe somebody who was named to handle things when you pass away, or maybe a beneficiary of your trust did pass away, and so you have to revisit all those designations to make sure that successor that you named can step in and fill the role, or maybe you have to designate new people. Maybe you move to another state. The beauty of most trusts is they work wherever you are, but nonetheless, if you do move to another state, see someone who can, in that state, who can take a look at what you have, and if necessary, make any adjustments that might be necessary based on the state-specific provisions in their state. Maybe you inherit in the future. Maybe your parents passed away and you inherited property, stock, investments. That might be a good time to take a look at what you've done. So maybe you changed your mind, and at one point you wanted to leave everything to your kids. Years later, you've got some grandkids. You'd like to acknowledge them, leave something to their grandkids, maybe for their education. Maybe the person that you designated to handle everything when you die or when you become incapable took a wrong turn in life and you don't want that person to be in charge of your estate anymore. You want to designate somebody new. All those, you change your mind or reasons to revisit what you've done. So the life-changing events can be a real reason to revisit what you've done. The third aspect, if there's been some kind of significant law change. We don't see it a lot where there are law changes that warrant changing your legal documents, because quite frankly, if you left things to your spouse and then to your kids, just because the legislature changed the law on the speed limit on the highway, or they legalized marijuana, none of that means you've got to change your estate plan. Where we've seen a few law changes in the past really have it make sense for people to review what they've done is in the area of the tax law. The estate tax exemption, married couples, 22 million they can exempt. The estate tax, really planning to avoid estate tax has gone away, but because the estate tax has gone away, now we focus more on avoiding capital gains tax and income tax. How your estate is structured can have some impact on that. So, if you have questions about that, talk to your estate planning attorney and see, make sure that everything's maintained correctly. So there you have it, the three aspects of maintaining your estate plan. First is funding and retitling assets, both right after you sign your trust and as you acquire new assets in the future. Number two, major change in life circumstances warrants a review, perhaps amendment or restatement. Aspect number three, significant law change. Most of that has been tax related, although some states do change things that are non-tax related that may warrant you changing something that you've done. So if you want to find out more, you can check out our podcast, Estate Planning with Paul Rabelais. Go subscribe to that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel that we have. So, that'll get you the latest information. Go to our website, RabelaisEstatePlanning.com. Those of you in South Louisiana or in North Louisiana ready to get started, want to make sure things are in place, you can get in touch with our office. Our contact information is on the website. And so that ought to get you started. My goal here is to really give you that information so that you can have a base level. If you've had some prior experiences with law changes, with life changes, with funding, that you can communicate perhaps on a comment to the YouTube video, go ahead and do that. Be positive. Other people can benefit from that information, those who are trying to watch videos and learn more. So hope that helps. Paul Rabelais here, estate planning attorney in Louisiana. Go Tigers. Take care of business. Have a great day.